Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. It's Monday? It is Monday. Hello. How are we all? Lee, Danny, and anyone else in the chat, welcome in. Welcome in. We're going to dive straight in because we're going to get the Berserker Lord finished. This is what we started on Friday. And we're going to get it finished today. And then ready for another project throughout the week. Hey, Danny. Why do you only stream while I work? Because you work all the time. I said this on Friday. If I picked a day that didn't exist and streamed on that, I guarantee you'd still be working. Hey, Antiv, how's it going? Been busy painting maid marines. I know, you sent me the link. I was like, oh, that's a thing. That exists. I'm not surprised it exists at all. I'm surprised I haven't seen it before. Oh, no, I have seen those before. I always thought they were a conversion. Don't come at me with logic and crap. Well, sir. Right, let's crack on. This is where we got up to. Made really, really good progress. These models are so much fun to paint. They're so much fun to paint. Let's get rid of all the unnecessary details and just make it a simple, characterful model that is just enjoyable to throw paint on. Files are stupid cheap. Yeah, STLs usually are. STLs usually are pretty cheap. Right. Okay. So let's crack. So we went on the ice hair, the ice blue hair, as a complete change to that traditional Warhammer Slayer look with the orange hair. So that was suggested by Merlin Models, and then we kind of just worked from that. The Gulliman proxy is £1.71. Yeah, I mean, the files, that's the thing. Like, once the file is made, once the model is made, you can just upload it and the creator will just sit in the background, earning them a little bit of money here and there. Do that with enough files. You know, 3D sculptors at the moment, I'd say in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe, it's a legitimate. Like, if you've got the skill, you can earn a fair amount of money for it. I would have thought from what I've seen, around. Okay. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the washers. We're going to do all the details. We've got a lot of blood details, and I think we were going to go vibrant green for that. The only thing that's stopping me in that decision is I was looking at a previous dwarf that I've done, which I realised is a completely different gold. So I may go back and redo this gold because I prefer this one. We've got very vibrant green tufts, and I do want them to match. So, but I think I do want very, very vibrant green blood on this one. But yeah, we'll change the gold on this because I do prefer. I mean, they're both kind of cool. I might keep the gold here on the weapon, but on the armor and the jewelry and things like that, change it over to this. So there's 2 different types of metal in this one. I think I do prefer this style of gold. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Let's do that. So, what we're going to do, we're going to go live on TikTok. There we go. Let's hit that one. Cool. And what's the first thing we're going to do? I think the first thing we're going to do is shade the metal, which we're going to use Rattling Grime for. That's the wrong paint. We want this one. How was everyone's weekend? What do people get up to? Talk to me, tell me. Let's just scrape off some dried paint there. We need our wash brush, or our kind of blending brush. There we go. And yeah, basically we're just gonna water down some Rattling Grime, water it down while it's on the brush, and slap it on all of the metal. And then we'll water it down some more while it's on the model. And that just dulls it down a little bit, gives it a little bit more depth. There we go. makes, I know it's fantasy, but it makes it a little bit more grimdark, I guess. You've got to be very, very careful about getting any of this rattling grime near the beard and near the hair, because of course I did the bright blue or ice blue hair first, and now everything has to be very, very careful around it, otherwise we're gonna mess it up. There we go. Welcome in everyone on TikTok. How you doing today? We've only just started today's stream, so you haven't missed much. I am streaming over on YouTube as well if you want a slightly better camera. And the chat over there. But thank you very much for swinging by and saying hi. So again, we're watering down that rattling grime and carefully applying it to all of the metal sections on the axes and the armour and any jewellery. This is the Dwarf Berserker Lord, available from my shop as a 3D print. And I'm just painting them out because I'm printing out an example of everything because I need product photos. But I've decided I wanted to start painting them up, and rather than just having a grey plastic version or the grey resin version, I wanted a painted version. Just looks a little nicer for the shop. And content. Hubby painted Warhammer. Do you use Citadel paints? I'm using Citadel paints at the moment, yes. I'm using Citadel Contrast. But I will jump between Contrast and Army Painter Speed Paints usually. I just happen to be using Contrast right now. Do I want to put it on the bone? Do I want to put it on the bone? I don't think so. I'll just continue that dark line there. Make sure we're not getting anything on the paint or on the blue. Use every brand of paint. I use it's mainly contrast and speed paints. Although I've got a couple of Vallejo Express colours, and my standard acrylics are mainly Vallejo game colour, the old ones. I'd like to upgrade those. I really want to have a play with the Army Painter Fanatic range. How do I remove mistakes? The method I paint with, so I paint with a white undercoat and then I tint with contrast and speed paints. So if I make a mistake, I just go back over with this very, very good white, bold titanium white from Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl. And this is very strong and it will cover incredibly well. Not a sponsored post, it's just a very good paint. So yeah, then I'll just go back over. There'll be a couple of bits that I'll need to do that on these. Not yet though. I'm sure I will have to at some point. Hey, thank you very much for the gifts over on TikTok. Thank you. It's strong because it goes to the gym. What, Pro Acryl? I'm trying to. I want to make a joke about protein acryl. There we go. Ha. Thanks, Danny. Thanks for the segue there. Right, okay. Reported. Hey, Hedgehog, how's it going? Okay, what do I want to do the eyes now? I kind of want to... Oh, he doesn't have any eyebrows. He needs some eyebrows, clearly. Let me just catch up on chat. I have black undercoat usually because of the shadow, so it's easier to touch up. Unfortunately, black undercoat doesn't work with this method of painting, or not very well anyway. So I work the other way around. Found a raft type you love. What? Go on. What is it? What's the raft type? Everyone has their favourite. Going alright, glad it's nearly Friday. I've got some bad news for you, buddy. Danny, bunch of meetings, so you're gonna have to come up with your own jokes for a while. I can't come up with my own jokes. I need your input. Give me your sweet input. Alright, fine. Go and do your job. Go and do that thing that you need to survive, I suppose. pH balanced. I recently picked up my first 2 bottles of Monuments paints and I've been kind of blown away by the consistency and pigment density. Waters down well for glazers, but it's a learning curve. I haven't got any more Pro Acryl. Literally the only one, I have 2 paints from them and they're both this colour. They're both this paint. So I would love to play with some more, but at the moment this is all I've got. I mainly don't use traditional acrylics, so that's probably that's kind of why. But I'd very much like to play with the rest of the Pro Acryl. Shape wall makes it so easy to anything with a kind of what's that word? Angle. An angle on the raft makes it really easy to remove from the plate. I'd have a look at getting a flex plate as well. What did was it Camo Cloak? I think it was Camo Cloak. I need to do the green here. If I didn't have a bunch of Liquidex titanium white. I've heard that isn't Liquidex, I thought that was ink. I thought that was mainly ink. I'm assuming they do acrylics as well though. Just got an airbrush. Need one of those holders. What are they called that holds the part? What, this? This is a very, very, very high-tech and modern solution. It's not, I'm lying. It's a cork and 2 30mm MDF circles, bases, essentially. Super glue there, bit of blue tack there. There you go. There's your... I do have a 3D printed one with my branding, which I will be selling at some point, but I just need to, pull my finger out and actually do it. Tiffy Mac, oh, you got your order delivered the other day. Hey, awesome. Ah, great. I'm really, really happy. Everything arrived okay, yeah? Oh, thank you very much. Can't do a flex plate, Alki. I explained this before. The model line being paid to print barely fits on it. Fits on a bit. Oh, okay. But I mean, that's just one model. I'd argue that once you've done that one model, then I mean, flex plates aren't for everyone, but they do make your life a lot easier. Yes, perfect. Oh, awesome. Good. Well, please tag me in any painting that you do of the models. I'd love to see them. Right, what am I doing? So we've just washed down the metal, and that's much nicer now. It's given
What are you doing in my swamp?
Hey Lee, how's it going? Welcome back. Not thought about making one. We'll look into it. We'll be interested in your own brand. Where is it? Where's my own one? Hang on, I have it somewhere. It's guaranteed on a model that I'm working on. Yeah, it is. There we go. So, I came up with this and I built this. Thank you very much for the follow over on TikTok. And then I was chatting to a 3D designer and they made me this. I didn't remove the support marks. I was too excited. So this is a 3D printed version. You can just see the logo there. This is in ABS-like resin. It's hollow, so it's nice and lightweight. It's got a little curve at the bottom and the top, so it just allows for a bit more comfortable, because you know that's fine, but you know they fit in your hands fairly nicely, but that just allows for a little bit more comfort. And then nice and lightweight, and I'll take this guy off. You can see on the top it's got a little bit of texture, which helps the blue tack adhere to it. So this, I will be doing packs of these, I think, very soon. I just need to actually print some more out and take some product photos. But yeah. But if you don't, if you don't want to A, wait, or B, buy them, all you need is a cork and two. These are 30mm bases. But I mean, you can go bigger, you can go smaller, whatever works for you, and then a little bit of blue tack on top, and that's it. That's all it is. Thank you very much for all the likes over on TikTok. How are you, Lee? You're going to Adepticon, aren't you? You're making me very, very jealous right now, aren't you? Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, green on the what's it? No, not that green. That green. On the scales on his tunic. Oh yeah, I saw Griffin was going. I've seen the Adepticon countdown, essentially. I might as well make the announcement now. I think I've pretty much made the announcement in my Discord, but I will be going to GriffCon 2024 this year. You can find all the details on GriffCon's website, but I will have my stall there with examples of well, not all, a lot of the 3D prints. I'll also be bringing along some of my dioramas that you may have seen photos or videos of. And there will be limited tickets for a contrast painting workshop that I'm going to be leading. Ticket details will be coming very, very soon, and I'll advertise them as and when. But yeah, we got our second time that I'm at GriffCon this year. Very, very excited. Hey Autumn, how's it going? Lee, so I leave tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. local to fly to Chicago for Adepticon. Are you doing the whole weekend? No, whole weekend? Oh, it must be a week. Is it a week? Is Adepticon a week? What con? GriffCon. It's in Harlow, in Essex, in the UK. Very easy to get to from London, and anywhere in the southeast. You can find details on their website. Hey Valref, welcome in. First events are on Wednesday. Okay, so it goes Wednesday through to through the weekend, I'm assuming. Loving the ice blue hair. That was Merlin's idea. Lee, Vanessa and several of us are getting together with me for breakfast on Friday. Oh man, I want breakfast on Friday with everyone. Okay, can you take a photo? I want a photo of you all. Right, I need some bony matter. Can I spell that for you? Yes, sure. It is GRF. Is there two Fs? I think there's two Fs. I can never remember. Yes, two Fs. GRIFFCON. And you Google that, and I should really put that in my link, my bio link. But yeah, Google GriffCon and you'll find the website. Thank you very much for all the follows, everyone. Dr. Rhino's going? My son! My baby boy! Do I want that brush? Yes, let's go with that brush. Right, we're just putting another coat around that horn there that we didn't do last time. I'm just deepening the colour. I don't think we did it on that one either. I'm just deepening the colour around the base of the horns. There we go. And we're going to do the same on the teeth. So just around the base of the teeth. I'm going to put another coat of the bony matter. That seems very, very subtle at the moment, but it will, when it dries, it will go a little darker. There we go. The Con. Is that like a convention for the Can-Can? He'll be there and he's going to try and come to the breakfast. God damn it. 1993 lays for 3 models. What? What, Antic? What? Use your words. Use your words now. Okay, so what are we doing now? I want to give him eyebrows. Okay, so I need a little bit of white. For those of you who are asking, what do you do when you mess up? This isn't a mess up, but it's the same principle. Put a tiny little bit of white on the palette. And we're going to paint in some eyebrows. We're going to start with white, and then we'll go in with the ice blue afterwards. And I'm not going to make it a kind of a solid block shape. We're going to feather the brush on the model, and that will give us some kind of the illusion of hairs. With some little shards of hair? Is that right? I don't feel like that's right. There we go. Angry eyebrows. I can go for a while, but not sure I've even done... I can't say that on stream. Let me just catch up on chat. So I'm quite shaky with the brush. Any advice, any particular brush you would recommend? Okay, so if you have handshakes, occasionally I'll get them right up until the brush hits the model, and then it's fine for some reason. But make sure you, I don't know if you can see on camera, on the TikTok camera, but I have my desk right up to the edge of I have my painting station right up to the edge of the desk, and I make sure that I put my wrists or hands so they are nicely and firmly on the desk, and then I can work from there. So if you can see, but most of my hand is actually on the desk or on the painting station there. People who paint on their elbows, I cannot understand that. I cannot get how they stay so steady while they're painting. All the bottom of my hand is on the desk, and that will really help you control the brush. Also, having a decent holder or something where you can really wrap your fingers around the model to stop it moving, because this is is a lot more stable than that, because you've only got 2 fingers there. That will give you a lot more shakes, but that you're using half of your hand to hold the model there. So that will really help. You're an elbow painter? I think I can only do it because I'm a drummer. But I also go very, very slowly. Okay, where's the drumming come in? I mean, if you're using drumsticks to paint your models, then that's not going to help. Or it's very inventive, and I love it. Thank you very much for all the likes over on TikTok. Thank you. Right, okay. What are we going to do? So those eyebrows are pretty much dry now because this paint dries very quickly. And for the hair, we used Contrast Pilar Glacier, which is very, very good for any ice. Hey, Pillow and Squeezle! How's it going? Welcome in. Right, let me put a little bit on the brush. There we go. And just do a fine coat over the top. Works better on one than the other. There we go. That's better. Do I want to play around with the eyeballs now? No. No? No. Let's do the dragon, actually. Let's do the dragon's eye. And I feel I want that to be orange. I want that to be quite a vibrant colour to pop. So what are we going to use for that? We're going to use Griffhound Orange for that. What brushes are we using? Am I using? This is the Raphael. This is the Raphael watercolour, size 0. Really good for this style of painting. Okay, a little bit of Griffhound Orange. Don't need much at all. That's way too much, and it was only a drop because we're only doing these 2 eyes. Don't need that much. And we just tint that white. I've given myself all stream to do work on this model, so we can really take our time with it. We'll definitely get it done. There we go. I'm looking forward to the green blood effect that we're going to be working in. Need to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. Do I use Uhu glue? No, there's no real need for Uhu glue on this one. What do you mean that's not white? I know, it's orange. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Okay. Where do we go from here? We want to... I'm really annoyed about that slight misprint line going down the body there. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I cleaned up some of it. I mean, that's the really obvious bit, but I kind of like that as a crack in the horn. But there is actually a misprint line that I cleaned up as best I could. But at the right... just at the wrong angle, you can just see it. You're talking about Uhu glue when you dye it red for for gory blood things. Well, I was going to do it green, but yes, it is that kind of Uhu glue. Misprint tips Fedora. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Having a hard time dealing with a Slayer without orange hair. It's because it's not. If it helps, it's not a Slayer. It's a Berserker. There you go. Slayers have orange hair. Berserkers can have any hair. You're welcome, Lee. You're welcome. Okay. I kind of want to do his eyes as well. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to finish this well before the time. Okay. Let's do the eyes. Let's do his eyes. That brush? Yeah, sure, that's tiny. Magic Slayer, cast Blizzard. It's fine. Yeah, see? There we go. I thought that misprint line was a crack in the horn deliberately, as if it had taken a beating during the fight. Let's say yes. Let's say absolutely. No, unfortunately, there is a misprint line, and I only noticed when I started painting it. I cleaned up as much as I could. I probably could have cleaned up a lot more, but I got impatient. You can kind of see it there, and then it follows up through the horn, and then I've cleaned it off on the shoulder. But you can just I don't know if you can see this. You can just see the faint line there, and then it goes all the way over, and it kind of does the whole model. And you can just see it on the jewellery there and the bottom half of the hair. Fortunately, it just follows that line, so it makes it quite hard to see. And then top of the horn there. And then it's fairly invisible there. But it is there, and it annoys me. You might have to paint some clones. Why do I have to paint some Star Wars clones? Or clones of this? I feel like I'm walking into a joke. Am I walking into a joke? I feel like I am. Right, we're going to shade the corners of the eye in a red. Let's do the dragon eye. Let's focus on the eye. Focus on the eye. And we're going to use an army painter paint. And we're going to use blood red. Thank you very much for all the follows and the likes over on TikTok. Much appreciated. That really does help push the stream out to new people. If you feel like sharing the stream as well, that massively helps. You've still got Shatterpoint squads to finish. No, I don't. I don't have any to finish. I've got some to start, and then I can finish them. They're not even started yet. But yes, so that might be Friday's stream. I might, if I get a chance this week, I will build. What am I going to build? Which ones? Because I know some I definitely want to keep for like full-on TikTok painting videos. So I'm not sure yet. There we go. So we just put a little bit of red in the corners of each eye, of the eyes. Each corner of the eye. Oh my god, words are hard today. Cool, cool, yes. We like. If they have them at Adepticon, I'm going to pick up the Bad Batch. Oh, that would be cool. They might. I mean, they might have them. That does seem like something they do at Adepticon. What's coming at the same time as Bad Batch? It's Bad Batch and something else, isn't it? I mean, you still need to finish them. They are not finished. They are currently in the state of unfinished. Welcome to the 51st state of unfinished. Population, your Shatterpoint models. Hey, I'm really happy that I've got a load painted. All right. Leave me alone. Yeah, I saw just before I started streaming. I saw that you put in chat that you were going to put your Jarl into Resin Beast. Do it, absolutely do it. Snafu, hello there. New to Warhammer. Welcome to the hobby. What are you working on at the moment? Have you painted your first models, or have you started your first models? There's a load involved. What, involved in entering a model into Resin Beast? Okay, I need... Do we do black now? Yeah, let's do the black now. So we're going to go with Black Legion for the... Where's Black Legion? There it is. For the pupil. Oh, in your Shatterpoint models? Ah, okay. I've got... What have I got? I've got two sets to do. I've got the Plo Koon set and the Padme set. Both are very, very cool. And yes, I will be doing Plo with his orange lightsaber. None of this blue lightsaber stuff. Get out of here. So we're just doing a vertical slit down the eye. There we go. Snafu, I've not painted anything, but I have the free model. I'm going this weekend to learn to paint. Oh, you're going to the store to paint. Nice. What is the free model this month? I can't remember. I love this phase of painting being absolute paranoid. You're going to mess up. I mean, I wasn't paranoid, but now I am. Okay. Need a thinner line down there. Could you explain feathering? Could I explain feathering? Yes, I could explain feathering. I could explain feathering how I do it, but I'm not entirely sure it's the accurate way of feathering. So how I do feathering... Let's... Hang on, where's the other brush? Where's my blending brush? My blending brush is... Or a blending brush is... There, that'll do. Okay, so how would I do feathering? So if you take... I do it with contrast and speed paint, so it's slightly different. But let's say we want to shade this head more here, okay? So we've done this as the base coat using, what did we use? Fire Slayer Flesh, I think. Let's say we want to darken it down a little bit. How I would do that is I'd get a darker shade, say hardened leather, maybe, or something darker, and I'd put a pool of it in the darkest, in the deepest recess, and then I'd very, very quickly, while the paint is still dry, wash off my brush, and you can do it with either water or with medium, like speed paint or contrast medium. Have a little bit on your brush, very, very tiny, just like a damp brush, and then where the two colours meet, I just kind of, I'm trying to think of a different verb. It's feather. Feather. You feather it. You dab it, and I kind of drag it from the dark to the light, and go that way. Does that make sense? That was the worst explanation ever, and I'm not entirely sure that it is accurate feathering, but that's how I do it. So I hope that was clear. There is not a correct way of doing it, just your way. True, that's true. Yeah, it's that's how I do it. It's enough to understand. Cool. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There's lots of techniques that I kind of employ, but in my own special little way, which I'm sure if a more experienced painter saw them would would be in shock and gasp and ridicule me. But who cares? I'm having fun. Damn it, why now? I must work. Oh, what? Are you working while I'm streaming? No! The colours for the beard and hair are great. I've just started my Sigmar journey with the Fire Slayers. Very cool, very cool. Are you going the traditional orange hair? Hedgehog, throw tar, throw feathers, done. Is that feathering? That's some Warner Brothers stuff right there. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I kind of want to just do the rim of the base because it's annoying me, and I can't see the final model yet. Can't see where it's going. So let's just do the rim very, very quickly. This brush, that brush, you'll do. Oh no, GW brush. Boo, go away. We'll use this brush. Need to finish packing and get to bed about 7 PM tonight so we can be up at 3 AM. Oh, 3 AM start. I do not envy you. Although I kind of envy you because you're going to Adepticon, so, you know, swings and roundabouts. How much are you gonna buy there, Lee? How much are you gonna buy at Adepticon? Let me catch up on chat. I want to work a fluorescent green colour in for their hair to match my own hair. Oh, I can see from the photo. Yes, absolutely do that. Absolutely do that. Please tag me in a finished photo. I'd love to see that. Fluorescent green-haired Fire Slayers. I am totally behind that idea. Thank you very much for sharing the live. Much appreciated. That really does help push it out to new people. Make one of the dwarf's eyes milky like he lost it. Ooh, I could do a scar down one eye. That could be cool. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. So that would, how would we do that? That would, I think, be paint them both normally and then hit one with like a watered down white. maybe? Or like a very light grey. I could use ashen stone, maybe? Yeah, I think we'd paint one normal, paint them both normally, and then one of them we'd tint with a speed paint, I reckon. Actually chatting with Dr. Rhino about buying the celestial rhinos. What? Do one with light grey to make purple, and do the other one normal. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Intriguing. Right. Okay. We have the black rim. I really like that orange red eye, actually. Quite a fan. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there because I'm going to need it. Do we do the eyes now? Should we do the eyes now? No, we won't do the eyes quite yet because I want to go in with a... what do I want to go in with? Magus Purple. And I want to just give the skin a bit more colour. And we're going to do that with that brush. My version of this guy is considerably smaller than yours. Yeah, you've got the 10mm version, haven't you? I really like the 28mm versions of these. I think they work really well. For those of you who don't know, this model was originally sculpted at 10mm, which, just so you can visualize it, this is a 10mm elf. So it's even smaller than this because it's a dwarf. And I've scaled it up 280% to make it to 28mm. And I think it works really well. They work really well, these sculpts at this scale. They hold their detail and they're nice and characterful. Do I ever use an airbrush? No, I don't. I've tried. I have some cheap airbrushes. I've tried multiple times. I just can't get on with them. I don't know what it is. I also don't really have a proper space to do it because the studio that I'm working in at the moment is also my living room. And my dog is in here, and so I feel like I can't really use an airbrush that much because it starts fuming out the place. Some point I you know, if I am ever lucky to kind of upgrade the studio and yeah, I might get like a proper compressor and a proper airbrush, but it ain't happening anytime soon. So we're going to water down some Magus Purple, and we're just going to put this in the recesses of the flesh, right behind the ear. This is an example of feathering, to be fair. Get rid of that horrible line. And we're going to put it on the knuckles. And the fingertips. And this just adds a little bit more tone into the model. And we're also going to put it around the bridge of the nose and the brow. I'm using a damp brush to kind of feather. Ah, there we go, feather. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And you can kind of. I'll show you when this side's done. I'll show you before and after, so you can see the difference. It's a very subtle difference, but it does make a difference. It's definitely worth thinking about when you're painting your own models. Is adding extra tones into your skin tones, like purples, like greens, like pinks. I tend to do it around where the skin meets any jewelry or clothes. Lee, looking at scaling up the Bretonians, but they look silly as the weapons are stupidly oversized. They are definitely stylized. I've printed out some of the knights. I quite like them. I think they look quite fun, but they are not for people who like realistic models. Because they're not. They're not realistic. They are ultimate heroic scale. And especially the Bretons and any human models, they are quite comical in their stylize. They're quite cartoony, but I think there's something quite charming about that. Really leaning towards my first army to be Tau, and I heard using an airbrush on them makes them easier to paint. It depends on your skill with airbrush. You can get. I've seen some absolutely fantastic kind of airbrushed Tau armies, and not just Tau, but things like Eldar and anything like that. They can really benefit from an airbrush, but it does depend on how good you are at an airbrush. Thank you very much for the follows and the likes over on TikTok. What colour is that you used on the inner throat bud? The pink purple. So this is Magos purple, and I'm just watering it down. It's the Citadel Contrast Magos purple, and it's my kind of go-to paint for adding in just a bit more colour into skin tones. See the difference on camera. I'm not even sure. You can kind of see it on the brow and where the kind of the crook of the nose. It's one of those things that you don't immediately see until you look close and you're like, what? Why is it? Why does it look different? And then you realise, oh, because there's multiple tones in there. And that's why I kind of like it. It's not an obvious thing. Go. We'll just use a damp brush to get rid of that line. So yeah, the scaled up kind of human size models, they're an acquired taste. That's kind of why I started with the dwarves and the demon smiths, the chaos dwarves, because I thought they work better at this scale, I think, than the other ones. But the other ones are it's just more stylized. These are still stylized, and they are technically 28mm. They are 28mm. I've measured them. Well, if you scale this to a human, it is 28mm. I promise you. But it is bigger than a traditional Warhammer Fantasy Dwarf. It's around the same size as a Fire Slayer. So that just means that GW are not consistent in their scaling. But I think we all know that anyway. Okay, so that's the purple done on the skin tone. What else are we doing? I have to touch up the hair a little bit, because that's gone over, but not much. I'm totally going to run out of time. I'm going to have to just grab a model and start painting as well, aren't I? I could highlight the weapons, I suppose. Let's do the dwarf's eyes. Okay, right. How are we going to do this? We've got the white. And I think we're going to just use the Black Legion and a very, very, very fine brush. To do those vertical lines. And then we'll figure out how to make one of them milky and damaged. Where are we going to have them looking? I think straight ahead. Go. There's one. I think we can They are quite cartoony eyes, I think, so we're just going to make them a little bigger. There we go, and then we're going to turn it upside down so we can do the other one. How does that look? Not quite right. We haven't joined it up. I reckon we can add some colour. I think because these eyes are so big, we can actually put some colour into them. Usually I wouldn't. And I'd just do the white and black. But I think because the eyes are so big, we can cheat some colour in there. So, what colour are the eyes going to be? I think green. We're going to round this off a little bit. Lee, we're playing in a couple of Conquest events at Adepticon. Doing oh yeah, you're demoing Conquest, aren't you? Are you getting any sweet loot for that? Okay. I've gone a little bigger on the irises, and I think what I'm going to do. So we've got two options here. We can either go in with normal acrylic and just paint on the black, or I can go over with white and tint them green, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Gloss the dragon eyes, got to make them look like it's dead. Yes, they will be glossed. They will be glossed. So this isn't a GW model. This isn't a Warhammer model. It is a fantasy Berserker Lord. This is available on my web store. No, I'm playing demos of other games. Oh, you're not working this one. Oh, okay. Enjoy it for yourself. Right, we're going to add a little bit of white. Oh, is there still some white left? Is that alive? No, not really. Not really for this. So we're going to put a tiny bit of white down. We're going to water it down.
Time I think you're gonna walk out of my door, I start to jump to the conclusion you don't love me no more. Babe, give me some to work with, can you just reassure me? I'll end it before it starts, call it protecting my heart.
Plugging back in. Is that better, YouTube? Can you hear me? I'm getting sound waves now, so you should be able to hear me. No idea why that happened. It just cut out for some reason. No idea. Cool. All right. Thanks for letting me know, Lou. Okay, so we've done that. I might need that, so I won't get rid of it. So green. Let's have you. Oh yeah, because the green will tie in with the dragon's blood. That's cool. Vivid green. Did this for years. Great shading. I love to dry brush. Hey, thank you very much. Dry brushing is a lot of fun. Dry brushing is a lot of fun. I used to I had an orc army that I basically dry brushed all of it, and got ridiculed for it, but okay, it was fun. Right, tiny bit of what's this? Shamrock green, and we're just going to paint the white of that the centre bit of white that we've just done in the eye. And because it's quite a transparent colour, it doesn't matter if we go into the black ring on the outside, it doesn't matter if we go into the white on the very outside of the eye, so we've got to be careful of that. There we go. Green eyes, boom. How did I get the definition of the beard? That was deceptively easy, actually. The beard was just two, well, it was only one phase, one step, actually. Two if you include the undercoat. So, white undercoat, you got to make sure it's really, really bright white. And then I used this one here. Citadel Contrast Pilot Glacier, which was kind of invented for ice and ice effects. And so we just put it on the beard. And because of the way that contrast and speed paints work, it just settled in the into the recesses with the deepest colour, and then very lightly tinted the highlights. So that was down to the style, the type of paint. That's the type of paint. So all of this model has been painted in that style, in that kind of with those kind of paints. Okay, so now that green is dry, we're going to dive back to the Black Legion with a tiny amount on our brush. I'm going to do the pupil. We're not going to rush this, we're going to take our time. Thank you very much. Any wizards? I don't have any to hand right now. Oh, I've got one that's riding a Lamassu. That's not painted though. There will be a lot more wizards hitting the store very soon. Well, I say very soon. At some point in the future. I think there are some already up there. I can't remember what's on and what's not. I want to give them a crazed look, but not too crazed. What sort of dioramas do you make? What sort of dioramas do I make? I make kind of all sorts, really. Fantasy, sci-fi. I've done either 28/32mm, or I've just finished a 10mm drama. Which was an undead zombie horde attacking a damsel's castle, and you can see all of those dioramas on my TikTok or on Instagram. Some of them, or a lot of them, are actually up for sale on my website, the art for sale section on alchemistmodel.com. And the 10mm one, I do actually need to put that up for sale. I'm not entirely sure what price I'm going to put it at the moment. Is this Warhammer? It's not Warhammer, but it is. You can use it for Warhammer. This is a Dwarf Berserker Lord, and I mean, when a lot of people say, "Is this Warhammer?" do they mean, "Is this tabletop gaming?" In which case, yes. It's not strictly Warhammer. It's not made by the company. Alright, I would talk a little bit more, but I am trying not to mess up this eye right now. There we go. I think I still need to put a little bit more black, because his eyes are slightly wonky at the moment. There we go. Maybe a little bit more on the other side. Yeah, there we go. I think that's... I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's the dwarf's eyes done. I think what I'm going to do is add a tiny bit of Magnus Purple. I don't think any of it's wet enough to work, so we'll just put a little bit more. I'm going to water a little bit down and just put it above and underneath the eyebrows. Because they're just blending in a little too much. I just want to separate them from the skin tone. So we'll just use a little bit of shade. There we go. Yeah, that works. Made Warhammer dioramas, World War II, World War I dioramas, and other fantasy folklore dioramas. Very, very cool. Are they on your profile? I need to straighten up that that pupil. That's a little wonky. Awesome. I will have to check those out, Rocky Art. What scale do you work at? Or is it kind of all sorts? So I know some people do, especially World War I and World War II, or like historical dioramas, they do them at like 55, 54 and 75 mil, and even 120 sometimes. Okay. I think we're at the stage where we can start messing around with blood effects. All sorts. Okay, cool. Now, blood effects. What do I want to use Uhu glue? I don't think I do. However, I think we'll just have to make some blood effect. And we'll do that by getting some gloss varnish and some fluorescent green ink, maybe? That could be cool. Or I could just use some speed paint. I might just use some speed paint because I know that's quite vivid anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to mix this. Do you use resin that is good for large-scale blood effects? As in UV resin. I do. Well, I mean, this is UV resin. I run a 3D print company. So yes, but I know what you mean, and no, I don't use that kind of, or I haven't used for a while. I really should get some more actually, but no, for this we're just going to mix and make some ourselves. We're going to use some gloss varnish, and we're going to find a clean space on the palette and clean it up. Ow, paint getting underneath the fingernail. But yes, I have used the UV resin in the past directly onto the model. I can't remember when the last time I used it was actually. I know I used it on the Night Goblin diorama. I used it on that. Although I used, oh no, sorry, that was Uhu glue, but it was the non-toxic Uhu glue, and it didn't quite work as well. It still looked fine, but I had to go and buy some more in the end. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some gloss varnish there. Not that much. How much are we putting on? About that much. And we're going to use the same colour as the eyes, because I kind of like the idea that the Berserker has got the same colour eyes as the blood of the dragon. It's kind of got a bit of a theme in there. So we're going to do one drop at a time and just see what it looks like. We won't need much of this because this is highly pigmented. I kind of like that, to be honest. That is very, very vibrant. Do I need to put anything with this gloss varnish? I don't think I do. Let's just apply it and see what happens. And we'll apply it around here. And we're going to put it on quite thick, so we're going to put it in the axe wound there. That's kind of all right. Dioramas I've done in my opinion aren't that great, but they're okay. I look forward to seeing them. I'm gonna take a look after this stream. If I remember, I will try my best to remember, because I always like seeing other people's work. There we go. So we're just putting the blood effect on, if you've joined recently, on the dragon's head. And I've mixed up Shamrock Green and some gloss varnish. And we're just placing that into whatever would have the effect. So this axe wound here on the nose and obviously around the neck. And I feel, should we have a bit on the, let's have a bit on the axe up here. There we go. A little bit more on this axe, maybe around the blade. Now we'll just have to wait to see what that dries like, because it's not holding in place like kind of Blood for the Blood God does. But I think it's working. I think that's working. Have to jet, one more meeting, then packing. No worries, Lee. Have a wonderful time in Adepticon, and hopefully we'll see you when you get back. Say hi to everyone for me. Verify and keep my stream live. There we go. Okay, so what do we... I mean, this dwarf has got this the grass tufts on, but I don't think I actually want any grass tufts on this one. Maybe around the back, actually. Not sure. Actually, that's what I can do when this one's done, which we're not that far off, I think. I think he might actually be done. I'm going to put some gloss varnish on the eyeball. But I'm pretty happy with that. So what we'll do is, because I prefer this gold to this gold, on everywhere but the hammer, or the top of the staff, we're going to turn it into this gold. Yeah, I think so. John Harrison, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I prefer this look to this look. This is a little too cartoony for me. This is a bit more grim, and I prefer this. But I painted this a while ago. So we're gonna tone this one down to here. We'll put that to one. Oh no, I need to do the gloss varnish on the eyeball. Let's get rid of that brush. We need a tiny bit of gloss varnish without the green. And a tiny little bit. Oh, Lee did say make one of the eyes glow. I don't think I want to now. Now that I've seen those eyes like that, I like the idea of like a one eye being quite milky and damaged, but I think you might lose it in all this. So I think we're just going to leave it like that. So that means that model's done, and we're going to dive over to... I'm going to go grab another model holder. Have I got one here? No, I don't. The good thing about these model holders is they're very cheap to make, so you can have lots of them. Where's blue tack? Blue tack is there. Okay. So we're just going to change this model so the metal matches this one. So I need some white. We're going to basically take all the metal apart from the top of the staff, so kind of like that. We're going to take it all back to white. Unfortunately, it's not a very complicated recipe at all. It really isn't. There is only, including this one, 3 stages. Best cheap way to make a model holder is to use a bottle cap and a toothpick. That's for a tiny, tiny model. This is a cork and 2 MDF circles glued together and then blue tack on top. It's quite nice because you can hold it in between 2 fingers. Okay. So we're going to go white over all of this gold. We don't need to make sure it's a perfect white. It just needs to be a decent coat to work from. Just move that camera a little bit. There we go. So welcome in if you just joined us either on YouTube or on TikTok. If you haven't been here before, my name is Alchemist Models. I'm a miniature painter, diorama maker, and a 3D printer. Or I run a 3D print business. I'm not actually a 3D printer myself. And we're painting up some of the upscaled 10mm models. These are the classic fantasy dwarfs. And both of these are available on my website. I'm just going through and repainting the gold on this dwarf because I prefer the result that I've got on the other one. So we're just going over... Oh, that brush is really starting to split. We're just going over and repainting all of the gold, apart from the top of the staff. Ready for the next phase. Just finished painting a Tiger 1 from Germany World War II. I need to paint more. I've got a load of Flames of War stuff. And I bought the starter set and I'd love to play it at some point, but realistically there's so many games that I want to do. So I might make a diorama out of it. I've got loads of infantry, German and I want to say British. I think British, and some loads of German infantry, some German artillery, and some tanks for both sides. So it'd be quite nice to maybe use those models and make a diorama actually. I mean, the starter set isn't exactly much if I do decide to go and play it at some point.
Slow down, hold on, take a breath. If I could, I would
Okay.
feel less. Something
Because this shading on this armour is quite dark, it's maybe going to take another coat of the white to get a desirable base coat.
don't hold back. Oh, your little drama's got me mad. And
But we're going to be hitting it in with Aztec gold, which has got a bit more of a green vibe to the gold. It's a little bit more subtle. I think it's just the arm around the back now, although I might put it down the bottom of the staff as well. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, this brush is definitely starting to split. I think I need to give it a proper clean after this stream. There we go. So does actually, that's a good point. Anyone on TikTok, does anyone know when the new creativity program is going live? Is anyone on that? Because that was supposed to be today, but I don't know if anyone's if it's changed over yet. Because I've been having problems with the beta program not refreshing. My data hasn't, or my stats haven't refreshed since the beginning of March. For about 2 weeks now. Does anyone know what's going on with it? I didn't realise it was moving from beta so soon. I only found that out today. Okay, so a little bit there. And then, do I do it on the staff as well? I think if I do it on the staff, then I've got to do it towards the top as well. I've got to do the hood as well, just a little bit. Okay. Danny! Hey, I stopped looking for a minute and you were heresy repainting a model. Well, it's because I prefer the gold on this one. Oh, by the way, it's done. I prefer the gold on this one, so I'm painting to match. Welcome back, Danny. Welcome back. There we go. What are you painting at the moment, Danny? I'm going again, super busy, but I have you on the back. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you for having me on in the background. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do I want to do it on the staff? Yeah, I think I do. We'll mix it up. So the top of the staff, the actual anvil, yeah, anvil, is going to be that gold that it is at the moment, but the rest of the gold is going to be this Aztec green. Send you pics, but they are just like the troops I already painted some time ago. Not super interesting. How dare you? Everything you paint is super interesting. How dare you, sir? Yeah, send me some pictures. Yeah, this brush is split. Actually, to be fair, I wonder if, because this brush it's a watercolour brush, and it only really splits when I'm painting with acrylic, like traditional acrylics. So I'm wondering whether it's just not designed for it. That might be why. Thank you for all the likes and the follows over on TikTok, much appreciated. And those people who have shared the stream, that's been really useful. Thank you. Okay, so I think that's the bottom, and then I want to use this white just on this section. So the staff is made up of two different metals, two different golds. There we go. Just around the bottom there. Okay. Okay, that's all I need to work with. I don't need to do a solid white. And we're going to grab, this is the gold that we're changing it to. Speed Paint Aztec Gold. Really enjoy this colour, and you can see that kind of green gold. It doesn't come out that green, it's more this colour. But we'll put that on now. And we'll start over here. We'll go in the order that we did to give that white paint time to dry. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, or the hobby in general, then please don't be afraid to ask. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to be shy with this gold paint. I don't want it coming across too thin. Yeah, I much prefer this colour. It's a lot darker. It's not so in your face as the other one. And we'll do the same. We'll shade it down with the rattling grime, which also brings a bit of warmth into it. You can see the difference. This is after the rattling grime. This is before. hopefully by the time I get to the top of the staff, the white would have dried. There we go. Great detail. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a great model. I really do enjoy working on these dwarfs. Okay. Fortunately, because these metallic paints cover so well, it is just one pass with them. Be very good because they cover so well. We've just got to be very careful about hitting existing colours. We don't want to go back and have to do too many touch-ups. Go, and then I think it's just around the top there, but we'll do these runes on the hood first because the bit around the bottom of the anvil was done quite watery, so we want to give it as much time as possible to dry before going in with this. Go, and then we'll just do under here. Oh good, it's dried. Thank you very much for the follows and the likes over on TikTok, much appreciated. Is this for a chess set? No, but I can definitely see it. That would be sick. Ooh, ooh, you've given me an idea. You have given me a very, very cool idea. I love that. Ooh, ooh, love that idea. I may have to come up with a chess set. That would be awesome. Magnets on the bottom. Yeah, that would be cool. No, this is for kind of tabletop gaming and available on my website, alchemistmodels.com. I sell a load of 3D prints. I'm working on this one and I've just finished this one here as well. Am I in the UK? Yes, I'm in the UK. But the shop does ship internationally. Is that all the gold? I think it is. Yes. Cool. Yeah, and then we'll keep this separate because I kind of like the two different metals there. So, is that dry yet? It's not quite dry yet, annoyingly. How much for these models? As in, well, I don't sell them painted. I am open to commissions, or open for commissions, but unpainted, this is £6, and I think this is the same actually. I'll just have to double check. Let me just double check. Fantasy Classic Armies. Is he actually available on his own? I think he is. He should be. Fantasy. Oh, he's in singles. That's why. Yeah, £6 for the Berserker Lord on the left, and £6 for the Lore Master. Yeah. Thank you very much for the gifts over on TikTok. Is this for one-page rules, regiments, or Warhammer: The Old World? Yes, both. I'm a massive fan of one-page rules, so they could definitely be used for one-page rules. I've put them on 25mm bases so they can be covered for well, they come supplied with 25mm bases, so they can be used in Old World as well. But I'm a big, I one-page rules is my jam. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love one-page rules. I've played 10mm regiments. I haven't played it at 28mm. But considering I'm printing out all of the stock that I have on the website, I will be fun. He would just be a fun D&D. Yeah, really good D&D wizard. Yeah, a lot of these would be good little D&D characters as well. They're full of character. Okay, so I think that's dry enough to work now. Yes. So we're going to swap over to Rattling Grime. And get rid of that paint now, and we're going to swap to our blending brush. My whole 40k group converted to one-page rules this year. The game's just so balanced and exciting. I agree. I was debating getting into 10th edition 40k, and I started looking at it. I haven't picked up the rulebook. I started looking at it and going, actually, you know what? I just prefer one-page rules. It's simple. I only get to game maybe like 4 times a year. I really don't get a lot of chance to game, so I need a game system that I can just pick up and is not complicated at all, and is it's simple to kind of put down and pick back up again after a long time. And one-page rules is just that. Just look through all your videos and like them. Wow, that is a lot of videos. Thank you very, very much. That's incredibly kind. So yes, one-page rules. I'm intrigued to where they're going to take the High Elf fleets, the newest sci-fi stuff. They're kind of a mixture between Eldar and they're quite gnomish in appearance. Gave up on 10th. Each game was one depending who had the longest range turn 1, which is kind of what it was in 9th, right? No, I haven't actually played 40k for a while, but it doesn't appeal to me. I don't think. One-page rules is my jam. Right, okay. This is Rattling Grime going over and toning down the metal. And then we water it down. We go back in with like a damp brush just to mop up the really, really dark sections. I'll be very careful around the beard here. But yeah, big one-page rules fan. Have been kind of introducing my community and really promoting it. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I just genuinely believe in what they're doing, and what am I saying? I have some patrons that I back for commercial licenses for my print shop. But one-page rules is, I think, the only one that I back just because I like them personally, and I don't print out all their stuff. I print out a lot of their stuff, but I don't print it out all of it. I just want to support them and their mission. I wouldn't go back, and printed models are just better. One friend has a printer and makes our armies. Yeah, exactly. If you've got someone who knows or can in contact, like I do custom print jobs. So even for like commercially, I have a load of licenses and they will just sit on the shop. But if someone comes to me with files, I can just do one-off jobs, and that can help people who want to get into one-page rules or want to print those models but don't have a printer, and don't want to get it through is it Only Games shop, because that's on the little on the expensive side, I think. Max, hello, hello, how's it going? Right, I'm just going to run this rattling grime. Why do you hate it, Anto? Why do you hate it? Sorry, buddy, I ain't going back to Twitch. Yeah, that's much nicer. I much prefer that gold. I'm very good, Max. Thank you very much. I'm actually just coming towards the end because we've finished painting this one, and then I went back and touched up the gold and kind of made the golds match. Bought your first 3D model recently. I'm waiting for it to arrive. Very cool. What did you get? What did you buy? If now and again it will go out of sync, so it's not live. I'm just trying to get back live as pain. It will go out of sync. Oh, that's weird. Oh, what? As in, like the audio and visual will go out of sync. Hope it actually shows. A little nervous about it. I think that I'm sure it will turn up. I think that's the potential problem with the 3D print market at the moment, is because it is so popular. There are so many people doing it, and then going, oh, maybe I can sell some. Edmund Murphy, thank you very much for the YouTube sub. And yeah, so loads of people will go, oh, I can 3D print. Oh, maybe I can sell prints, but not actually think of it like a business, which then, you know, leads to delays in production and delays in shipping, and maybe not 100% customer service, and that kind of affects 3D printing as a whole. But I mean, you know, that's why it's good to buy from trusted sources anyway, regardless of what you're buying. But yeah, there's a lot of startups on 3D printing, and you know, that's where I started, to be fair. Bought a tiefling from a guy I follow on here. His models look so good. I'm hoping they actually are. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they are. And if they're not, then shameless promotion. Check my web store out. Now the video will be a few seconds behind, so it's not live. There is a bit of latency in it. There is a bit of latency. With the stream, with the YouTube stream, but it shouldn't be too bad. Where is the dwarf from? I've just joined. So this is from my web store. You can pick this up, alchemistmodels.com. Both of them are. I need to actually go and find some tufts and put them on this one as well. Painting Cities of Sigmar right now. Hello. What models from Cities of Sigmar are you painting? Yeah, so both of these are available on alchemistmodels.com in the Fantasy Classic Army section. They are actually scaled up 10mm models, but I've scaled them up to 28 because they work really well for anything like Old World or one-page rules or Kings of War or things like that. Thank you very much for all the follows and the likes and everything. Adepticon rumours are around. Yeah, I can imagine lots of things are going to get shared and spoiled and put online at Adepticon or during Adepticon. Right. It's slightly earlier than I usually stop, but I've painted way more than I usually do. I was hoping to finish this model, and that's done, and then we've gone off and altered this one and made the golds match, which is nice. So I think I'm going to call it there, because I've got some 3D printers that I can actually go and change over, and because I've got a load of orders to go out tomorrow, so I want to get as many done tonight as possible. So we'll do this one at a time. TikTok, thank you very much for coming and hanging out. I am around on YouTube as well, but I'll be stopping there as well in a second. I'll be putting out more content this week. Hopefully there'll be a tutorial going out on YouTube. So make sure you come and follow me over there. Link should be in my bio, in my profile. I'll be next live on Friday, and I'll be painting something. I don't know what I'll be painting. I'll pick something. I'm not sure. Possibly some Shatterpoint. Maybe. Not sure. Anyway, until then, take care. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, YouTube. Here we go. Here are the two models. We've got the Dwarf Berserker Lord. We've got the Dwarf Law Master. I kind of want to paint all the models. That's a lot of models, but I kind of do want to paint them all. But I will just reiterate. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out. We're going to stop there, and yeah, I will be live again on Friday, painting something. I don't know. Maybe a Chaos Dwarf character. Maybe something like that. That'd be cool. Anyway, thank you very much. Have a lovely week wherever you are in the world. If you've enjoyed the stream and want to support, then you can head over to alchemistmodels.com and pick yourself up some models, or head over to my Ko-fi or Coffee, which is linked below, and you can donate there. Whereas all donations either go towards the business or go towards paying my bills and keeping the lights on. Either way, it's massively appreciated. And I will see you very, very soon. Adios. Bye.